Here, we make it different from the norm.
Radio is all about information, education, and entertainment.
Maybe that's before now. Solutions 93.9 FM has raised the standard of radio broadcast to preferring solutions in all human angle. 939 FM, the remedy.
News, sports, entertainment, top 100 music on your Remedy radio dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial.
Welcome to Kiko Sports Show this wet Thursday morning here in the city of Ibadan. Team Nigeria have been receiving money being donated by the members of the National Assembly ahead of the Olympics going down in France. And the question is it about donation or just making sure that these guys hoisting the country's flag in France is about being the great representatives, one, and go all the way, win gold medals? Is everything really about money? And well, talking about Zagzai, a man who joins Manchester United from Bologna, has been talking about the kind of a player he is and being happy to join the Red Devils. More players will also be making moves, either staying, extension of contract, or moving to the next club. A lot of Nigerian football fans, same as fans right there in Italy, already eyeing maybe a likely move on Victor Osimhen away from Napoli to another club. Some saying maybe PSG. Wow. Others are also thinking the English Premier League. My name is Oladako Okunubi. Welcome to Kiko Sports Show. We look at updates coming from the world of tennis this morning, as we as well countdown to Olympics, 8 days to go. What will Team Nigeria be bringing to the table? Team USA, the basketball team, done with their exhibitions and getting set for the Olympics. This and more we focus on the show this morning. Remember, we're live on Facebook, live on YouTube. Solutions 939 FM. Solutions 939 FM. Let's go. Decisions will be made today, talking tennis this morning at the Hamburg European Open, where Arthur Fils will be up against Laszlo Jari and Flavio Cobolli taking on Zheng Zhang and Olga Rune battling Marco Trungelliti, with Alexander Zverev battling Hugo Gaston today. And Alexander Zverev's game is the last game for today at the Hamburg European Open, and that is ATP 500. Now, looking at the Hall of Fame Open in Newport, USA, games are also going down in that particular tournament. Now, going straight to the Swedish Open, the ATP 250, Mariano Navone will be up against Summit Nagal by 10 o'clock, while Timofey Skatov will battle Talon Gresport by 11:30 today. 1:30 this afternoon, Cameron Norrie will take on Rafael Nadal. Will this be the end of the road for the Spaniard, or is going to be continuation? Henrique Rocha will take on Nuno Borges by 3 p.m. today. And going straight to the Swiss Open, ATP 250, Luca Klein will take on Quentin Halys as Gustavo Hyde batches Hugo Humbert. Daniel Golan against Matthew Berrettini by 2 p.m. And the last game of today, we'll see Felix Auger-Aliassime against Yannick Hoffman. Still talking tennis on the show. This morning, the Billie Jean King Cup finals in November has now been switched from Seville to Malaga. Organizers of the International Tennis Federation confirmed on Wednesday, causing an overlap with the Davis Cup, which will be held at the same venue. The tournament, which kicks off at the Martin Carpena Arena in Malaga, Spain on November 13th and end on 20th of November, with the last 2 days of the competition overlapping with the first 2 days of the Davis Cup finals taking place from November 19 to 24. Now, the tournament, which used to feature 12 national teams in 4 round-robin groups, will have 8 teams in a knockout round 1, with 4 seeded teams receiving a bye to the quarterfinals. Reigning champions Canada will face either Germany or Britain in their quarterfinal tie, with runners-up Italy against Japan or Romania. Now let's go talk Formula One. Is more about Lewis Hamilton, who is hopeful Mercedes' next route of car upgrades, the latest of which will be introduced this weekend. At the Hungary Grand Prix, will soon allow them to reproduce the stellar front-running British Grand Prix on a regular basis. Having gone 19 months without a win in Formula One, Mercedes head to Budapest, Hungarian, chasing a third victory in succession after George Russell won in Austria and Hamilton triumphed at the Silverstone. Now, Hamilton's emotional win at the home race came the day after Mercedes had locked out the grid front row in a surprise qualification 1-2 result. So let's see what happens in Budapest come this next race. Moving on the show, now let's talk basketball here as we also move down to talk Olympics. Well, Milwaukee Bucks forward Chris Middleton is recovering from arthroscopic surgeries on both ankles this off-season. That's according to reports we're getting. The surgeries were related to injuries Middleton suffered throughout the course of the season and were considered cleanups. Middleton, a 3-time All-Star, is expected to be ready for the start of the 2024-2025 season. Well, remember, we had, just like preseason, right, going down, that is the Las Vegas Summer League in the NBA. Memphis Grizzlies defeated Orlando Magic 104-98 points as Oklahoma City Thunders lost 99-100 points against the Phoenix Suns, as LA Lakers defeated Atlanta Hawks 87-86 points. Cleveland Cavaliers lost 85-96 points against Golden State Warriors. 2 games to go down tonight by 9:30. Denver Nuggets will take on Indiana Pacers, while Memphis Grizzlies will be up against New Orleans Pelicans by 11 p.m. Now let's drive straight and talk about the preparations of teams going for the Olympics. Not really good result for Team Nigeria's the Super Falcons. Yes, I don't want to mention the Tigers, right? Now for the Super Falcons, they were expected to come up with a big fight against a Canadian opponent, but ended in a loss. But when we get to that part, we'll talk more. Still Kickoff Sports Show live on Solutions 939 FM. Let's go countdown to Olympics.
News, sports, entertainment, top 100 music on your Remedy Radio dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial.
Joel Embiid, Nikola Jokic, ready to go, and Team USA will have it first. We don't get a man-to-man in international
well, it's NBA basketball. Wait a minute. I would look for Steph to be a little more active, too.
Okay, there's an opening 3, and that goes down.
Yeah, I think a lot of golf after the season for Steph. Nice help, D.
Petrushev spinning baseline for 2. Philip Petrushev.
Solid.
That's a 3 for Ristich, and it's good. Well, they were all fantastic collegiate players.
Yeah.
All 3 of them.
Well, he's getting shots on.
Langston Galloway is going to take his. Defense still close and intense for the United States late. Potter.
He'll shoot.
There's 3 for him.
He can shoot.
With the defense there, but 2 for Avramovich. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see the United States against South Sudan coming up on Saturday. I know you've started to look at tape a little bit, and that's a pretty good team they have.
They come with the same force, intent, but they're getting themselves into playing mid-season shape right now.
And we saw a little bit more cohesive of an offense in this second half than we saw in the first half. The turnovers got minimized, and the United States puts away Serbia 105-79. A very happy Eric Spoelstra, Anthony Davis, as the United States, with Steph Curry putting up 24 points, wins 105-79.
A lot of fun.
Okay, well, that was the game that happened between USA and Serbia in the showcase full game in the week. I mean, that was yesterday. And for USA, despite that performance, a lot of people still saw that weak run from the USA. Now, Steph Curry had a sizzling 18 points in his first 11 minutes. One of those hot streaks that raised the goosebumps throughout arenas as those high arcane three-pointers splash repeatedly through the net. Now, 2 weeks into the journey towards the Paris Olympics, the Americans aren't perfect, but this potentially historic group is starting to show its teeth. The team improved 3-0 in its warm-up tour with an impressive 105-79 victory over medal contender Serbia on Wednesday. Well, now still talking about the U.S. team, members of the Team USA were celebrated on Wednesday at the Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport before the athletes flew to Paris for the Summer Games. Delta Airlines had T-shirts and water bottles at the gates where actors, fencers, basketball players, and other athletes were scheduled to depart. Signs reading, "Good luck, Team USA," and "Merci beaucoup from us to you." Atlanta-based Delta is managing travel for all U.S. Olympic and Paralympic team. So a lot of things have been put in place for Team USA. I hope we'll be hearing drama or seeing drama concerning Team Nigeria. Remember, for basketball games at the Olympics, it will surely start on 27th of this month, right there in France. But the first event of the Olympics will be archery, starting on the 25th of July. Now let's talk about Team Nigeria, and one of the teams representing Nigeria at the Olympics is a female football team, the Super Falcons. Nigeria Super Falcons fell to a 1-0 defeat against Canada in the pre-Olympics friendly at the La Quinta Football Center, Malaga, on Wednesday night. 2004 quarterfinalists Super Falcons of Nigeria are now scheduled to arrive at the French city of Bordeaux on Thursday night. That is tonight, as the countdown begins for their first outing at the Women's Olympics football tournament in 16 years. So, well, for Team Nigeria, Nigeria's House of Representatives has pledged to support Team Nigeria financially with a sum of 100 million naira for the athletes campaigning at the Paris 2024 Olympic Games in France, scheduled to take place from July 26 to August 11. The financial support was announced on Wednesday during the plenary session with the Minister of Sports Development, Senator John Owa Eno, who led athletes, the Nigerian Olympics Committee, NOC, and Paralympics Committee of Nigeria, PCN, to the House of Representatives in Abuja. Wishing Team Nigeria all the best, right? But, I mean, there should have been a budget. And I don't see a reason you have to take everybody to the National Assembly or maybe representatives to say, okay, how much can you give us? But that may not be the story. But now let's move on the show. This morning we move to the second half of the show where we talk full football, talking continental football, talking local football. What is also happening, one man called in, he announced his retirement. He has returned to Barcelona as a backroom staff for the new coach in Barcelona. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back.
News, sports, entertainment. Top 100 music on your Remedy Radio dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial. So many blockbuster movies to choose from in the month of June. Here are two you don't want to miss. Murray and Co. is a comedy drama about a small-time thief who steals a car with an 8-year-old boy in the backseat. His quest to sell the car but keep the young boy safe leads to a series of comical misadventures, forging an unlikely friendship between the two. Directed by Biodun Steven, starring Kunle Remy, Bisola Ayeola, Kiki, and a host of others. Murray and Co. is now showing at Filmhouse Cinemas nationwide. When a powerful criminal threatens the existence of men and women, children born and unborn, you begin to wonder, will he get his karma or will his power and connections save him? La Katabu, produced by Odunlade Adekola, is now showing at Filmhouse Cinemas nationwide. Always grab a snack to make your movie experience even more fantastic. You could get a hot dog, a popcorn, a slushie, a beverage soda, and many more. You've got options at Filmhouse Cinemas.
Filmhouse Cinema, your ticket to more.
Sọ fún wọn kó dá ẹ lójú, èèyàn yìí ló jẹ́ má lọ fọ́ àwa fún ẹ. Ibikíbi tó àṣà mọ́ pa wá pẹ̀lú ẹ. Ìwọ ló ló ní pàdé FCMB wà fún ẹ. Ìwọ ló ló ní ọ̀la ti dájú. Jọ̀wọ́ má ṣọ̀lẹ pẹ̀lú FCMB. Ìwọ ló ló ní ọ̀la ti dájú. Jọ̀wọ́ má ṣọ̀lẹ. Dúró tán kò jẹ́ bàbá wọn tá tán síbẹ̀ ó pàdé o. Jọ̀wọ́ má ṣọ̀lẹ. Dúró tán ti dájú. Pẹ̀lú FCMB.
FCMB, èmi àti pánkì mi.
Welcome back to Kickoff Sports Show live in Solutions 93.9 FM. And check your time right now is 9:17. My name is Oladapo Okunobi. In case you're just tuning in now, let's talk football in Nigeria. Update has it actually Star Sports Club of Ibadan started their preseason on Wednesday, and with a few players right there in Ijebu-Ode. And that also shows that most teams in the NPFL are already. Remember, Kwara United started on Monday. Enugu Rangers started last week. And we also get to report the way clubs are also dropping players. Now, a team of inspectors for the Federation of African Football CAF is expected to be in Nigeria next week to inspect the venues of 4 clubs registered for the CAF Inter-Club competitions for the 2024-2025 season. This is contrary to earlier reports in the media that all 4 teams may play all their continental games at the Gospel Akpabio International Stadium in Uyo, the Akwa Ibom State capital, because their respective stadia do not meet CAF requirement. Now, remember Enugu Rangers, we've got Remo Stars, Ayimba, El Kanemi Warriors representing Nigeria on the continent. And reporter also has it that for El Kanemi Warriors, they've chosen to play their CAF Confederations Cup matches at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium in Abuja. That's another report. Now let's move away from Nigeria and Africa. Newcastle United, Eddie Howe has revealed for the first time he has always held an ambition to be England manager. And we're also getting a report that Joachim Löw, that is a German football manager, say that he fancies the England manager's job. Remember, days ago, that should be like two days ago, the coach of the Three Lions of England, Gary Southgate, went through the south door of the FA to call in quit after the Euros, finishing in the final, losing against Spain. Well, Kunle guys joining me all the way from Lagos this morning. He's a sports journalist, and good morning to you, Kunle Faiga. How you doing this morning? Is it wet in Lagos?
It's about to get wet. It's very, very cloudy, and yeah, there's threat of rain. Like, it's very, very cloudy. So it's rain is imminent, to be honest. So, good morning.
Yeah. Okay, good morning. You Lagos people, don't make it look as if it's only in Lagos that things happen. Yeah, it's also wet here in Ibadan. All right.
No. I mean, please, my roots are in Ibadan, so of course things happen in Ibadan.
Yeah,
Obviously,
yeah.
I'm not trying to blame Lagos now. Please,
I
trust me. I'm not trying to blame that.
I feel you, bro. I feel you, bro. Now let's go straight to the discussion this morning. Remember yesterday, 2 days ago, was all out in the media. Gary Southgate saying goodbyes to the three lands of England. If it were to be Gary Southgate, would you have called in quits? Would you have resigned, or just stay back, see how you can help the team?
I think Southgate leaving is probably the right decision for me because he has, in as much as he didn't win anything, but he at least England to a place where they've never been to in their history. Because, ever since he came, he has led England to 4 semi-finals and at least 2 finals, One of the semi-finals being the maiden UEFA Nations League in 2019. So he has taken them to a World Cup semi-final and he has taken them to 2 Euro semi-finals back to back. It's never happened. When we had what we called the England generation, the golden generation of England, when we had the Lampards, the Scholes,
Beckham,
the Gerrards, they only made the quarterfinals of it. They didn't even make semi-finals of Euros. They had the David Beckhams, the Michael Owens. So I think what happens now is that Southgate has been able to set a very high standard that for the next manager, anything less than winning is not an excuse. So, if you make even the semi-finals, it doesn't cut it because Southgate has taken this team much higher. And the thing is, these kind of players that England have, they are more talented. But when you look at their names, you could say that you can't maybe necessarily compare them to, the players of that era, of that golden generation, because you would be like, can a Bukayo Saka, for instance, really lace David Beckham's shoes now? Probably not yet, you understand?
So
the ceiling is very high.
Okay, now, Gary Southgate has set the standard. So what kind of manager would you advise England to hire? We're getting Joachim Löw, who's fancying the England's job. Newcastle United manager Eddie Howe. We know some jobless managers out there. I'm sorry for using that word. The jobless ones. Steven Gerrard. Is Steven Gerrard even, does he have a job? Frank Lampard. We have so many other managers out there who, are showing interest. We're also getting reports that Julian Lopetegui has also been touted to be in charge of the three lands of England. What kind of manager do you think deserves to be in charge? And if you had to pick any manager, yes, you write more about football. You write sports, right? But let's look at the manager in 60 seconds.
For me, it's going to be very difficult, but I think they need to continue with an England manager. Someone who is English, not an outsider, because they need to kind of continue from where Southgate left off.
Okay.
But the only thing, maybe try to make this England team more efficient attack-wise, because I know Southgate has been someone who has been more conservative. The kind of manager that I would go for, to be honest, I think he fits the boxes, and Eddie Howe. But the problem with Eddie Howe is, I know the standard has been set high. I am not sure if Eddie Howe in his first tournament can get them to the final and win it. There needs to be a bit of more patience. So at the end of the day, there maybe really isn't a manager who can, that may be serial winner, except maybe you want to go for a Pep Guardiola or a Jose Mourinho. But these people have not managed in the national team. So if you look at the national team landscape, there isn't really somebody you can point into, because England's way, their style of play is different, right, from kind of like other countries. So you need to go with maybe somebody within the England setup, to continue that trajectory. And the reason I say this is, look at someone like Spain, Luis de la Fuente.
Yeah.
One of the reasons why this was able to win the Euros was because this man has coached most of the players who were in this senior team, because he coached them at under 19 level, at under 21 level, and also under 23 when they won the Olympics. So it was easy for him to continue that trajectory. So maybe they just need to look within. Maybe it could be the under 21 manager of England, who is doing well.
Okay.
Or they need to look something themselves. That's what I think England needs to do.
Okay, so but let's just wait, because I mean, if you have a few folding, if you have a Cole Palmer, who has, I mean, these two players have played under Pep Guardiola. Foden is currently playing under Pep Guardiola, and you see have some senior players who have won the UEFA Champions League, and you're bringing in a coach of the under-21 to manage the senior national team. But let's just keep our fingers crossed here, and But let's go straight to a man who just joined Manchester United. That is Zagzei from Bologna. He says Ronaldinho is his idol, and what do you think he will be bringing on board as we wrap up this interview segment?
Yeah, I think he's going to definitely be bringing a whole lot. I mean, he was the focal point in Bologna's of the Bologna team last season, and that's why they qualified for the Champions League for the first time in their history. He was someone who was in Bayern Munich. For me, I'm surprised he didn't make it out at Bayern Munich, but I think he just goes to tell you that Bayern Munich has so much talent that they can't use them. It's just like a Cole Palmer. I mean, he was a Man City product, but he couldn't make the first team. And look at what he's doing in Chelsea, to the point now that I woke up this morning and I saw that even in the Fantasy Premier League, Cole Palmer's price has now risen from 5-point-something million to double. He's now worth 10-point-something million on the Fantasy Premier League. So that goes to tell you how much of a talent he is. And I think Xerxes is that kind of player. He's talented. He's going to bring more dimension into that United attack. He can play multiple positions in attack, either as a centre forward, on the flanks, behind the main forward. So he's going to add more dynamism. And I think those are the kind of unique players that United need to now evolve, in the real way that Eric Ten Hag to play. And it only goes, and he was a bargain signing. He cost about 40-something million. So, and I think that's as a result of the appointments that have been made. The Dan Ashworth, Jason Wilcox, the Omar Baradas. These are people that should have been there all along, all these years. But because the owners were only concentrated on commercial gains and not football gains. But now they are football oriented.
All right.
And we can see now that deals are going here and there. So it's a very, very smart signing for Manchester United.
Smart signing for Manchester United. More players will still move out, and more players will move in different clubs. I would have loved us to talk about Victor Osimhen's transfer stories, but we'll talk about that tomorrow, which is Friday, where we look more who are the likely players to make a move or to stay. Thank you very much, Kunle Faiga, for joining me all the way from Lagos this morning. And I know Manchester United will do better, but you started on the wrong foot. In the preseason, losing against Rosenborg. Good morning to you.
Thanks a lot. Don't worry. We'll get better. Don't worry.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. Well, Kunle Faiga all the way from Lagos there. Now, guys, this is a convenient point to say goodbyes on the show. Kickoff Sports Show this morning. I'll be back tomorrow morning. Thank you very much. Adibaya Kabir, Omojadadi, Afisa, you're watching live on Facebook this morning. Hey, remember to stay higher wherever you find yourself. Coming up next is from the dailies. Adedamola LAFENWA is coming up with Comrade AYODEJI AJISOPE. And by the way, I need to know the club Comrade AYODEJI AJISOPE supporter. I know Adedamola LAFENWA is an Arsenal fan, and we're yet to get more transfers confirmed by the Gunners. My name is Oladapo Okunubi. Stay higher. Like what let's say, keep doing sports and stay safe.